Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I'm a fully qualified yoga teacher, a beautician and a masseuse. And this is my YouTube channel where I talk a lot about yoga, tips and tricks and things that you guys can follow along from home, but also some health and wellness as well. So if that is something that you're interested in, go and hit the subscribe button, and it means every time I post up onto my channel, you'll get a notification so you never miss a class with me. Today I'm going to be doing a cool down. So this is kind of like a yoga cool down sort of styly video. So it's really good to use after any workout. We're going to be stretching throughout the whole of the body here, from the feet all the way up to the neck. And these are just a few stretches that you can incorporate and keep using. You can keep watching this video after you've done any exercise or any workouts, just to keep the muscles nice and flexible and healthy and help prevent injuries in your sport as well. You don't really need anything to do this video. I always recommend using a good quality yoga mat onto a hard surface, and this is so that the yoga mat supports your joints properly, and the hard surface will help as well, and also it's less likely to slip out from underneath you because a good quality mat will be nice and grippy onto the surface. You can use blocks and you can use straps here if you want to, especially if your hamstrings are a little bit tight. But if you don't have your yoga straps, blocks, or even a mat with you, it's not the end of the world. It's better to do this stretch without anything at all than to not stretch at all. And when you're ready, we'll get started. We're going to begin in our child's pose, but we're going to take the knees wide. So we're sitting onto the feet. We're going to take the knees out wide and then take the chest down in towards the mat. Hands are coming out in front. Really stretch through the fingers and keep walking the hands away from you. And this is going to give you a good stretch across the upper back, all the way through the shoulders as well a little bit. You might even feel it into the arms as well. If your forehead is down into the mat, you can always rock it from side to side as well, massaging any tension out across the forehead. Inhale to come up. We're going to take this into our cat-cow spines from here. So we're going to start by lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, squeezing the shoulder blades together, gazing forwards, deep breath in. Exhale, we'll tuck the tailbone under, lift the belly, spread through the shoulder blades and take the chin in towards the chest. Exhale. Into your cow spine, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gazing forwards, deep breath in. Exhale, tuck that tailbone under, lift through the belly, spread the shoulder blades and take the chin in towards the chest. We'll come back into a neutral spine. We're going to sit onto the feet. So take the knees together now, and we're going to stretch through the toes and the feet a little bit here. So maybe just sitting on the feet feels like enough of a stretch through the toes and through the legs. If so, just stay here. If you want a little bit more, your hands are down into the mat, and we're going to start by lifting one knee and then the other. So this is your next step up. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more here, maybe try lifting both knees up and down. If that's feeling good, maybe you can lift and hold the knees up towards the body here. And again, if you want to challenge yourself that a little bit more, maybe take the hands away. So find which step feels best for you, where you feel the best stretch. Don't overdo it, just listening to your body here, breathing here. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears, whether your hands are down into the mat or by your face. In heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale. We'll bring the knees down wherever you are. Hands come forward. Just wriggle out the feet. Back into your tabletop. So making sure the hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We're going to lift up the right leg this time, and we're going to bend it and step the right foot next to the right hand. We're coming into our lizard lunge from here. So your front foot, so your right foot, the heel should be down into the mat, and then the toes are coming off the edge at a 45-degree angle. We'll then shuffle your left knee back and behind to come into your lizard lunge. Breathing here, making sure those hands are underneath your shoulders and you're spreading through your fingertips. Gazing forwards. If you want a little bit more, maybe come down onto the forearms here. Hello. We'll come back up onto the hands. We're going to make sure that the left hand, the fingers are spread, and then we're going to start to tilt over towards the right, or towards the left even, I should say, starting to move towards or facing the right knee, and then picking up the toes on the right foot. We're going to let the right knee drop out to the side. You can keep both hands down into the mat, or maybe place your right hand onto your knee and start to push it away from you. We'll come back into the center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's shuffle the knees back and behind, lifting up the right leg, stepping it back. We're going to do the same on the left hand side. We're picking up that left leg this time. Step the left foot next to the left hand. Your heel is down into the mat, and then we're taking the toes off the edge of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Shuffling your right leg back and behind, coming into your lizard lunge here. Pushing through the hands, keeping nice and strong, and you should feel a good stretch into your hip here. If you want a little bit more, we're going to come down onto the forearms. Let the hips relax and open here. Let's come up onto the hands. We'll start to flex the toes on the left hand side and take the outside of the edge of the foot down in towards the mat. So you're peeling up the inside of the foot, and then letting the left foot fall out to the side, or the left knee I should say, fall out to the side. You can keep both hands down and just let that knee fall out, or if you want, you can place your left hand on your left knee, push it away here. Feel that stretch in your inner thigh, in your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale to come back to face. Let's shuffle the hips back, lifting up that left knee this time. And we're going to take this into our gate pose. So our left knee is down into the mat. Right foot is coming out to the side. We're going to take the toes, they're facing the short edge of the mat, and you should automatically take a small bend into your knee here. And then we're going to continue to bend into that knee, getting a nice stretch in your inner hip. You can place the hand onto the thigh, maybe down into the mat. Maybe you can bring your left arm all the way up to stretch through the body here. Think about lifting up tall and stretching over to that side. Deep breath in. We'll come back into the center. Spin your toes so that they're facing the long edge of the mat. Right hand, right leg. Left arm again, think about reaching up and then stretching over towards the right. And up into the center. We're going to do the same on the opposite side this time. So we're bending into that right knee and taking the left leg out to the side. We're pivoting the toes so that they're facing the short edge of the mat even. And already you should have a slight bend into your knee. And then we're bending in a little bit more and a little bit more, getting a nice stretch into your inner hip here. Your hand can come onto your thigh. You can always take the forearm down onto the thigh as well, or maybe bring the hand down. Right arm can then maybe lift up and over See what feels best for you. Maybe it feels too much with the right hand up, so just take it down. Keep squeezing your glutes and squeezing your tummy so that you're not leaning forwards. Inhale, we'll come back up into the center. Pivot your toes, they're facing the long edge of the mat, and then left hand, left leg, right arm comes up, and then we're reaching over again. Gazing up towards the ceiling, keep pushing through the hand if it feels comfy, and we'll come back into the center. Let's come back into our tabletop. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We're going to come into our puppy pose from here. So to begin with, your spine should be neutral with your hands underneath your shoulders. We're then going to slowly lift the tailbone just a little bit. We're not coming into our full cow spine. We're just engaging and lifting that tailbone a little bit. Walk the hands out and in front. Lifting in a little bit more. Walk the hands out a little bit further until you get to a point where you can melt down. Keeping your hips directly above your knees and then melting the chest down towards the ground. Breathing here. Stretching out across the upper back, into the underarms a little bit, through the arms. You can always take the forehead down into the mat here again, or maybe you can take the chin down. If you want a little bit more, we're going to take the hands together into a prayer and then just place them onto the back of the head. So this just angles the stretch a little bit more through the upper back and into the upper arms. Lift the tailbone up high. Bring those hands back down. We'll come up and then all the way down onto our tummies. We're going to take this into our Sphinx pose from here. So your hands are out and in front with your elbows underneath your shoulders. To make sure that your elbows are the right distance apart, take your hands. You should be able to touch your elbows with your hands and then bring the hands out and in front. Push your feet down into the mat and engage through the legs here. Your head should be down, your chest should sort of be down into the mat. We're going to roll the shoulders up and back and squeeze them in towards each other. Lift the chest here. Push your chest forwards and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So it's like you're pushing your hands into the mat, and this helps you to kind of push the chest away from the body. So you're kind of pulling those hands in towards you and pushing the chest away from you. Maybe take the chin in towards the chest. You can always rock the head from side to side here as well, getting a good stretch. Deep breath in. We'll come back up onto the hands, and we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Let's have a stretch through the hamstrings from here. Let's keep the left leg bent. We'll take the right leg up towards the ceiling, flexing through the toes. Let's place the hands onto the thighs and just gently start to pull the leg in towards the body. Maybe you can take the hands onto the calf, the ankle, maybe the foot. Just see what feels best for you here. Like I have here, make sure you have a soft bend behind the knee. Don't try and lock the leg out. Keep a nice soft bend behind the knee. If you've got a yoga strap, you can always wrap the strap around your foot. Pull on the strap to bring the leg closer in towards you. Find what feels best for you. Try and keep your lower back pressed down in towards the mat. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, so you're pushing the shoulder blades in towards the mat as well. Flex through the toes, and then maybe point through the toes. So we're getting a bit of movement here, stretching into the hamstring and then into the shin. Maybe you can bring that leg in towards you a little bit more. And we'll let that leg go, bringing it all the way down. We're going to swap over and do the same thing on the other side. So the left leg, lifts here. Hands are coming onto the backs of the legs, onto the thigh, the calf, maybe the ankle, maybe the toes. Maybe you want to use your yoga strap here. Keep flexing through those toes and start to pull them in towards the body. Maybe flexing and pointing the toes here to get a stretch into your hamstring and then into the tops of the foot. No. Try and relax the lower back down in towards the mat. We're going to keep the right leg where it is. We're going to let go of the foot, flexing through the toes if they're not already, bending into that left knee. We're going to take the outside edge of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh, coming into our figure 4 stretch here. So we're lifting up the toes, start to squeeze the knee in towards the body, and then threading your hands through the leg, you can place them onto the thigh or onto the shin. Breathing here. Hello. Yes. I don't need kisses right now. That's a good boy. You come for a cuddle, have you? Couple more breaths here, and then we'll swap over and do the same thing on the other leg. So we'll take that right leg down, and we're going to do the same thing but with the right leg up this time. Let's bring the right leg all the way up, flexing through the toes. We're taking the outside of the right leg to the outside of the left thigh, and then picking up the toes on the left leg, we're bringing the knee in towards the chin and the chest, threading the hands through the leg. We'll place it onto the thighs or maybe onto the shin and squeeze the leg in towards the body. Breathing here. We'll take the left leg down. Let's hug both the knees in towards the chest. Relax the shoulders. Try and squeeze the lower back and the upper back down into the mat. We're going to take the hands away into a T, and slowly using your core muscles, drop both of your knees over towards the right side. Right hand comes on top of the left leg, maybe gaze over towards the left hand. Nice back twist here to finish. Lift the legs back up into the center. Squeeze your core as you do this. And then we'll drop them over towards the left-hand side this time. Left hand comes on top of the left leg, right leg even, and gazing over towards your right hand. Deep breath in. And we'll bring both of the legs up into the center. We're going to squeeze the knees in towards the chest for one last hug. And exhale, let everything go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe as well. It means so much to me when you guys support me and support this channel. Whether you're watching these videos, liking, subscribing, commenting, it all makes such a difference. So thank you so much. If you have already been liking and subscribing and commenting, sharing, sending super thanks, it really does mean everything to me. It means the absolute world. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to practicing with you all again soon. Thanks. Bye.